Oh, hello. Growing up, I always wanted to be an actor. I wanted to be on Glee so badly. So when I moved out here, I got to be in the last season. And being on that set was a career highlight for me. I got to put on the Warbler outfit, be a doll in the academy. And they were looking for someone to throw an apple to Darren Criss, who I was a huge fan of. And I was like, I volunteer. Gotta throw the apple, point at him with the cool guy fingers. And I nailed it every single time, and he caught that apple. My name is Josh Blumenkrantz, and I am an actor. And welcome to The Movie Buddy. So on today's show, we're going to be discussing the 2025 SAG Awards. I've been a proud SAG member for about 2 years now, and I'm very excited because I, of course, got to vote again. And let's just say this year's a little different because after the Oscar nominations closed, the SAG voting was still going on. So as of this recording, today at noon, SAG voting has ended, and we will know the results on Sunday. So it's going to be very exciting. A few key categories are going to be specific here, but at the end of the day, the speeches will not influence the vote because the Oscar voting is completed. So that being said, let's get into it. First up, we have Stunt Ensemble in a Motion Picture, and the nominees are Deadpool and Wolverine, Dune, The Fall Guy, Gladiator 2, and Wicked. So, you gotta look at this from a, traditional standpoint of what they kind of go for. Do they go for the most action? Sometimes. Or they go for the more of a narrative. You got The Fall Guy, which is a movie really about stunts and the stunt industry. So, that could really be our winner. You also have Wicked, which, Cynthia Erivo, she is flying around, defying gravity, singing in a harness, doing all those stunts herself, which is pretty incredible. Like, the amount of training and stuff that she had to do for it, it's insane. It's crazy. And then, of course, you got Gladiator 2, which could be, but I don't know if they're going to go for that necessarily. Which leads me to the other contenders, Deadpool and Wolverine. It's Marvel, a lot of action in there, a lot of stunts, but I don't think they're going to go for it. And then, of course, you got Dune, which the fights in Dune were incredible. I mean, you got Fade versus Paul Atreides. That hand-to-hand combat was pretty sick, so the stunt team, they're responsible for that. It's a tough call. It is a very tough call, but I'm going to go with Wicked on this one. I just think it's a more inspiring story. I think more people are going to go for that, especially because of Cynthia, which I'll get into a little bit later. But yeah, I just think it's going to be Wicked, and we'll see. Next up, we have female actor in the supporting role. And the nominees are Monica Barbaro for A Complete Unknown, Jamie Lee Curtis for The Last Showgirl, Danielle Detweiler for The Piano Lesson, Ariana Grande for Wicked, and Zoe Saldana for Emilia Perez. So, it's Zoe's to lose. She's been winning everything. She won the Golden Globe, she won the Critics' Choice, and she won the BAFTA. So it's looking pretty good for Zoe Saldana. But if there was a place that she could lose, it could be here. SAG really loved Wicked. They went Wicked crazy. With all the nominations, 4 of them, it's wild. So Ariana Grande could maybe take it here. It's very much possible. So even if she did win, though, let's say Ariana Grande does win, I would still predict Zoe to win the Oscar because at the end of the day, this doesn't change anything. It really doesn't. Ari will have her time maybe for part 2. But yeah, for Zoe, it's looking pretty good. Also, maybe watch out for Monica Barbaro. People are telling me it's not going to happen, but Complete Unknown did very well with the nominations here. And depending on how actors respond to that performance, she could maybe take it surprisingly. I'm just saying. But yeah, for this, I have Zoe Saldana winning for supporting actress. Next up, we have male actor in the supporting role. And the nominees are Jonathan Bailey for Wicked, Yura Borisov for Anora, Kieran Culkin for A Real Pain, Edward Norton for A Complete Unknown, and Jeremy Strong for The Apprentice. So, everybody's going to tell me it's Kieran Culkin winning for A Real Pain. And yes, I want to believe that, but I don't know. I just still find it hard to believe that this is going to be our winner for the Oscar at the end of the day, but I mean, it probably will. And he's been sweeping. He's won Critics' Choice, he's won Golden Globe, he's won BAFTA, he's won everything. But I just can't shake the feeling that it can't be this easy. Or maybe it is. But yeah, I just think if anyone could maybe surprise here, it could be maybe Edward Norton for a Complete Unknown. Or, again, if SAG goes wicked crazy, maybe Jonathan Bailey gets it. I don't know. But it's very much possible. But yeah, for now, I'm sticking with Kieran Culkin because he's won everything and this seems to be the winner. Next up, we have female actor in a leading role. And the nominees are Pamela Anderson for The Last Showgirl, Cynthia Erivo for Wicked, Carla Sofia Gascon for Amelia Perez, Mikey Madison for Anora, and Demi Moore for The Substance. So, it's definitely not going to be Carla for her opening her mouth and being all bad. So that's not happening. This is interesting between these four women, okay? So, let's break it down. You got Pamela Anderson for The Last Showgirl. Now, I don't think SAG's going to go for her, but they could. I think they respect her enough and like the movie enough because it got that and Jamie Lee Curtis in, so it must have been kind of close between those two and picture, maybe. At least for SAG, I'm talking about, not Oscar. But also, you got Demi Moore. Demi Moore, you know, she was the original frontrunner, and then Mikey Madison won that BAFTA award and threw everything off. So, but the thing is, here's my logic on this. They're both legacy people. Demi's been working in film for a long time. She's like 62, I think. And then Pamela Anderson's been working in television for a long time. So you got two legacy awards that I think would hypothetically cancel each other out, even though they're not the ones specifically head-to-head. It's like Demi Moore versus Mikey Madison because, you know, that's just what it is. So I don't know. I just feel like it's going to cancel some votes. So then you got Mikey, who is the front runner in my eyes because she won the BAFTA award recently and she's been campaigning hard, okay? She had two SAG events right after she won the BAFTA, literally within a span of 48 hours. It was crazy. I went to one of them. It was awesome. She was like talking to people. So I'm inclined to choose Mikey Madison. That's my honest opinion. But watch out for Cynthia Erivo and Wicked. Because again, the Wicked Hive is there in SAG especially. I mean, she's Elphaba, for God's sakes. Like, she's defying gravity. She's holding space. She's doing all the things. She's campaigned so hard. This whole cast has campaigned so hard for Wicked. So, it's not unlikely. So, you just gotta be careful of that. But, yeah, it's tough. I almost want to do it. But I'm going to stick with Mikey Madison and follow my heart for Anora. So yes, Mikey Madison for lead actress. Next up, we have male actor in a leading role, and the nominees are Adrian Brody for The Brutalist, Timothée Chalamet for A Complete Unknown, Daniel Craig for Queer, Colman Domingo for Sing Sing, and Ralph Fiennes for Conclave. All right, so let's just rule this out, okay? Daniel Craig for Queer, definitely not going to happen. So now you got four guys here. Colman Domingo, he's well respected. He could maybe take it for Sing Sing, but Sing Sing got in nowhere else. So, like, why would it be Colman Domingo? That doesn't make sense to me. So that leaves you with three actors. So it's Adrian Brody, Timothée Chalamet, or Ralph Fiennes. It's going to be one of those three. Now, Conclave won picture at the BAFTAs, and I'm wondering, Ralph Fiennes is well respected. Could he be the one that wins it? Maybe, but I'm not going to choose him. So it's always been down between these two guys. You got Adrian Brody, Timothée Chalamet, head-to-head. And people thought for a while that Chalamet could maybe rise up and take him out, but he hasn't. He has not. Adrian Brody, he has won the Golden Globe, he's won the Critics' Choice, and he just won the BAFTA. So, it just feels like it's going to be Adrian Brody, but SAG's a very populist group. I know these people, they do love Timothée Chalamet, but do they love him enough to vote for him? Probably, but I'm not going to do that. So my final answer, I am going with Adrian Brody for The Brutalist. It's the best performance in this category. It's like what every actor dreams of. I just can't see them passing that up. So yeah, Adrian Brody for lead actor. And for the final category, we have cast in a motion picture. And the nominees are A Complete Unknown, Anora, Conclave, Amelia Perez, and Wicked. So whew, it's the big category of the night, you know, and it's not going to be easy. Well, for several reasons. So let's start off with the obvious of what it's not going to be. It's not going to be Amelia Perez. If Carla kept her mouth shut, there was no drama. I would have predicted this months ago, but now, because of this, It's not happening. I just can't see it. I'd be shocked if Emily Perez won for Ensemble. So take that out. Now you got A Complete Unknown, which got a lot of nominations. It really did. I could see it, but also, like, if it's not going to win anything, why would it win Ensemble? I mean, unless Timothée Chalamet wins, then I could maybe see it, but unless that happens, no, it's not A Complete Unknown. It isn't. It's not. So it's between 3 films, and it's not a straight cut up decision that you would be like, oh yeah, it's definitely happening. You got Anora, you got Conclave, and you have Wicked. Those are the 3. Now, Conclave just won the BAFTA for film, and I can see it maybe happening if it was like Die Hard loved, which there is a lot of love for it. I'll admit it. I don't personally have a huge love for Conclave. I think it's fine, but do my fellow actors do? I don't think so. But people are telling me otherwise, but I don't believe them. So then it's really between Anora and Wicked in my vision. So Wicked got a lot of nominations. I mean, you got Jonathan Bailey, Ariana Grande, Cynthia Erivo, and Ensemble. That's a pretty good haul. And it's been IP for quite some time, 20 years. Broadway people love it. It's just a classic. The Ensemble is great. But I would argue, though, that Ensemble is mainly Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo. The other people are kind of there. And I guess Jonathan Bailey a little bit. But yeah, the other people are there. They're doing good work. But as a whole, it's not cohesive enough for me. But then again, maybe they just love the movie. Maybe they just love Wicked. But I'm going with Anora, and I'll tell you why. I've seen that movie 6 times now, and that cast just works together so well. You got the home invasion scene. Yeah, you got, like, the scenes of them in, like, the car driving, looking for Mark. Like, it's just, it makes sense to me on paper. And plus, Anora is just riding this wave. It's riding this wave. They won DGA, PGA. They didn't win the BAFTA, but they won casting. So, and they won the Critics' Choice for film. It's just like, I think it's surging at the right time right now, and it just makes sense to me. It really does. Like, I can't see a world where Anora doesn't take this. Maybe Wicked beats them, maybe Conclave, but no. Anora feels right, so I'm going to follow my heart and go for Anora for Ensemble. And there you have it. Those are my predictions for the 2025 SAG Awards, the films. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens. It's going to make or break certain people in certain categories, and it's very exciting. I can't wait. Oh my God, I can't believe we're almost at the Oscars. It's a week away. It's crazy. And I can't really tell you what I actually voted for because it's against the rules, but maybe direct message me. Maybe I'll tell you. Maybe not. I don't know. But if you like what you heard about my predictions for the SAG Awards, go ahead and hit the subscribe button on the channel. We really appreciate your feedback and your support. And remember, when you go to the movies, bring your buddy and keep talking about movies. Until next time, bye!